What's up guys, my name is Steezy and I hope you're having an awesome day so far. Sometimes I wake up so early I kinda wanna die. I've been gone for about a week, so since I've been gone I haven't really uploaded anything, but since I've been gone some pretty crazy shit went down. So let's talk about it. First thing I want to talk about is the disgusting video of a teenage girl who killed her sister in a car crash and then proceeded to live stream the incident. Now I won't show the video here since it may be hard for some of you to watch, but the video will be in the description. But me seeing things like this kinda just makes me sick to my stomach. Now some parts of the video do make it seem like she's upset about her sister's death. But me personally, I don't think she was remorseful at all. In fact, the way she was maneuvering and moving her sister's body around made it seem like she was just using her sister's death as an opportunity for views. Which wouldn't be surprising since a lot of people are doing crazy shit for views these days. This happened a little more than a week ago, but just the other day she pleaded not guilty of vehicular manslaughter, and I'll leave that link in the description as well. And I know this story might make a lot of you sick to your stomach, but since we're on the topic of cruel, sick stories, why not talk about another one? On July 21st, teens in Florida filmed 32-year-old Jamel Dunn drowned to death. Not only did they film the incident, but laughed and mocked the man as it happened. Now, as I'm going to do with everything that I talk about in this video, the link to these stories will be in the description. But what they're saying now is that the people responsible for filming the incident are not going to face charges. There's only one part of that would actually make not giving them charges make sense. And that is not putting your life in danger to save someone else. That's actually been proven to kill people, so that's understandable. But everything else these guys did makes me wonder why charges aren't being pressed. Laughing and mocking the guy as he drowns to death. Not calling using your phone to mock and record instead of calling authorities. You have to be an absolute sick person to do something like this, and I can only imagine what's going through the heads of the people that tolerate this behavior. And keep in mind, these kids are of age, like me, so they're teens. It's not like these are minors doing this childish shit. These are actual people of age. People that should know better. People that should know that you're supposed to call the authorities when somebody is in trouble and not laugh and mock them. The story makes me sick, it makes me sad, but most of all, it makes me angry. And to the family of Mr. Dunn, I am sorry for your loss. Next thing we got is Trump is still attempting to pass his healthcare bill. Now, if you've seen my video on healthcare, you know that I'm in favor of replacing Obamacare. Obamacare was a failure, and a Harvard study recently came out that 45,000 people were dying yearly under it. But what I'd like to replace Obamacare with is not what Trump wants to replace it with. What I want is a single-payer healthcare system for all. What he wants is to add approximately another 20,000 deaths to the already 45,000 deaths that were happening yearly under Obamacare. He wants to take healthcare away from people. Come on, guys. We're trying to get our life expectancy closer to Canada and Sweden's, not farther away from it. But I'm not the president or the Senate, so we'll see what happens. Next up, if you're a fan of the YouTube skateboarding community, Andy Schrock, with over 1 million subscribers, is set to star in his first comedy film, Pave New World. Considering how I've been watching Andy Schrock since I was literally a kid, I can't tell you how excited I am for this. BBC releases a new video portraying Roman Britain as ethnically diverse, and Paul Joseph Watson was all over it. Now, when I first saw his tweets and his rants, I disagreed. But then I looked further into it and realized it said, the family represented the typical family in Roman Britain. Typical. And that's where they fucked up. If they would have said, here's an example of a family in Roman Britain, A meaning one, not many people would have had a problem with that, because I'm pretty sure we can all agree that there were a or a few families, black families in Roman Britain at the time. But when you use the word typical, that means you're taking every single family in Roman Britain, lining them up, and then saying that they all look like this. Really? That's just not historically accurate, guys. If a movie takes place in Africa in the 1500s, this would not be an accurate representation of the typical family living there. Let's be honest. My cat is absolutely disgusted at this historical inaccuracy. Look at that face. Disgusted. But next up, we have some really juicy political news. My nigga Ben Shapiro versus my dude Cenk, if that's how you say it, had an awesome debate at Politicon. Now, I originally went in a Ben Shapiro fanboy, but then afterwards, I was a bit disappointed in Ben. I expected Cenk to lose bad, and I mean bad. But both of them went up and sprouted no bullshit. You had Cenk even elaborate on the same problem Sweden is having with integration, which is the last thing you would expect a leftist to do. Criticize Sweden. Now, in my opinion, Cenk was a bit rude to the audience as well as boosting his ego and being cocky. But the audience seemed to boo him after making factual statements, which didn't really make the audience seem intelligent, nor did it make it seem like they were interested in anything that he had to say. Same thing with Ben. There were times when TYT fans booed Ben when he made factual statements. The way the audience was acting made it seem like everybody was there just to fanboy and no one was actually there to listen to what the opposing person was saying. You had Cenk fans booing Shapiro when it didn't make sense to. You had Shapiro fans booing Cenk when it didn't make sense to. You had Cenk being rude to Shapiro's audience, saying things like it's called Google, look it up, while questioning their intelligence, which I understand where he was coming from, but from my perspective, it just seems like it was uncalled for. Cenk could have just did what Ben did and laughed whenever the audience was being stupid. But the one thing you have to appreciate is that at least Cenk and Ben both respected each other during the debate. Now, Cenk was being a cocky prick before the debate, but at least he showed respect the day of. You had Cenk giving Ben props whenever he was right about something. You had Ben giving Cenk props whenever he was right about something. God, his name. In the long scheme of things, I feel like Ben was the most mature, but I also feel like they showed each other tremendous amounts of respect, and that's why the debate was so fun to watch. TYT fans will say Cenk won, Ben Shapiro fans will say he won, but in my eyes, they both won. Because they showed people that, yes, people with opposing opinions can come together and have a civil discussion and make it fun. If you want to go watch the debate yourself, as always, link in the description. And the final thing I want to talk about is a disturbing video that takes place in China of a woman kicking her baby on the ground because it won't be quiet. I'm not going to show the video here, but you know the deal. But that's not even the most terrifying part. The police let this woman off with a warning. Oh, China. I'd expect nothing less from you. I'm a grown-ass man. If somebody assaults me in Sweden or the US, the police are on their ass. But somehow kicking babies in China is a small offense? As I said in the first story I covered in this video, yes, it makes me sad, but it also makes me concerned about the system in China that tolerates this behavior. But I'm no Chinese leader, nor am I Chinese. All I can do is bring your attention to things that are happening in the world, and you seeing it and sharing it can probably help us do something about it. But that's it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you share this video and /or channel with a friend and comment down below and let me know what you think about all this craziness. And if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and hit that get notifications button because YouTube's screwing everybody over these days. And links to all my social media can be found on the front page of my channel. That being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.